Okay, so we have another query, the concept of travel allowance. Travel allowance essentially refers to something like a DA that you typically have in travel. So when employees travel, companies have policies which relate to DA being given for specific rules. Typically in situations where those organizations don't necessarily pay for lodging and boarding, but give a fixed amount per day. In many organizations, it's referred to as a per diem allowance. So a fixed allowance per day is given, and the amount given depends on various rules like which city category the person is traveling to, which country, for example, the employee is traveling to. We of course will be talking about this addition of travel allowance in lot more detail in our next webinar, since this is a feature that's been only added in July. So I would suggest to sort of wait up on this or seek assistance from our customer support team, and we'll talk in more detail about this feature, the travel allowance feature, in our next month's webinar. Meanwhile, the query that we had on leave without pay being used as part of calculation for PL, I'm not very clear, but I think the point being referred here is that can a leave without pay being used as a means to calculate accrual for other leave types. So for example, if somebody has been on a leave without pay for, let's say, 15 days, the month's accrual should not be based on the whole month, but only half of the month. So if that's the question, we will take that as a feedback and will try to address that requirement in a subsequent release, and as and when we do, we'll of course talk about it in a webinar. Do we have any more questions? So as I mentioned, we'll be talking in much more detail about travel allowance, since this is not a feature which we covered in this webinar. We'll be doing so in the next month's webinar. Okay, so I think that's it from our side in this first webinar.
Thanking all the participants and hoping the session was useful and informative.